Yeah. My name is Maya Christina Shichabo Wegerf. I was born in Elim Hospital, in what was then Gazankulu. I was raised in Shirley Village by my parents, Rosemary, Haweni, and Mark Wegerf. We grew up in a very rural environment. We didn't really care that much about clothes and stuff like that. What I would wear really depended on like what my older brothers would hand me down. What I saw being the first examples of what people wear when they celebrate, when people wear when there's a good time or a good occasion happens, was always like the big woolly shibelanis. I grew up seeing those clothes as being that celebration, but then when you're told like dress up or dress formally, suddenly you throw all of that away and it's all like suit and tie and whatever. Like we have ourselves and then we have this other self that's like something else. I think my whole mission all the time has been to reconcile, want to find a way in which I can be true to both of those, right? So then to be like one true self. So it's about rejecting any dogma that says you can only be either completely erase your Africanness or you have to embrace some archaic version of Africanness. It's about, for me, creating what is us. And when I do my hair like this and when like thousands of young women adopt the hairstyles that I do, obviously they're not fully adopting the whole idea of Bantuism, but it is adopting at least some part of it. It's still saying like, well, here's a kind of more African-inspired way of being beautiful. I didn't really care about fashion and looks before, but I think it is actually a way in which you can really spread something really, really far. Make sure that when you create a trend that it stands for something. You know, make sure that you're saying something with that, so that even when that's adopted and even if people don't know the whole theory behind it, let the look alone stand for an idea. My whole look and what I consider to be beautiful and stuff for me is really born of this idea of wanting to be completely honest. To me as a young girl, what did I find beautiful? And what I found beautiful was my mom, my aunts, my grandmother dressing up in like the big shibelani. I would have loved to hear a young woman rapping in my language and saying the kind of things that I say. I think people always see me going really, really crazy to my own music. And that's because I really write it for myself. I really write it for a younger version of me, for people that are still living in where I was living, where I grew up and stuff. I would have gone insane if I heard someone, especially a female, on radio, on TV, and being that, you know, confident, that like braggadocious in my own language. It would have meant so much to me. Madjozi!